Recently, Camilla was seen walking barefoot during her tour in Australia. Yes, you heard that right. Camilla ditched her heels and walked barefoot, breaking what is considered a strict royal protocol. Now, if this had been Meghan Markle, the UK tabloids and the royal family would have been all over her, criticising her every move. But for Camilla and Kate, it's just a walk in the park. Double standards much? Back in 2018, when the Duke and Duchess of Sussex visited Sydney's Bondi Beach, they took off their shoes and the media went wild. Yahoo News UK even wrote, "Barefoot Meghan Markle and Prince Harry break royal protocol on Bondi Beach." They were criticised for being unroyal, and Meghan was expected to wear tights on public occasions. But here we are, seeing Camilla doing the same thing and not a peep from the critics. It's clear there's a different set of rules for Meghan. The Duchess was visiting Bondi Beach with Prince Harry when they both decided to take off their shoes. It seemed like an innocent and natural thing to do at a beach, right? Considering wet sand. But it wasn't so for the British royal family and the UK tabloids. They didn't let it slide. Yahoo News UK, among other UK media, headlined their story, "Barefoot Meghan Markle and Prince Harry break royal protocol on Bondi Beach," as if the Duchess committed a grave mistake. The story went on to say, "It's very unroyal to go barefoot, and all royal women in particular are required to wear tights on public occasions." The Duchess was heavily criticised, ridiculed, and reprimanded for this seemingly harmless act. But let's pause for a moment and look beyond the unwarranted backlash. Duchess Meghan, a woman of grace and poise, was merely embracing the spirit of the land. She was connecting with the sandy shores of Australia, feeling the earth beneath her feet and sharing a human moment in a foreign land. Yet, she was condemned for breaking a protocol that seems trivial in the grand scheme of things. The Duchess of Sussex's act was not a deliberate attempt, it was a simple, innocent act of a woman embracing the beauty of nature. But the UK tabloids and the royal family didn't see it that way. They saw it as a breach of protocol, a defiance of royal norms. The Duchess of Sussex was heavily criticised for her actions. Fast forward to today, and we have Camilla, who has done the exact same thing. On a recent tour of Australia, Camilla found herself in a bit of a predicament. The so-called Queen was seen struggling with her heels during a public appearance. Her solution? She decided to go barefoot. Now, this might seem like a minor detour from the strict royal protocols, but let's remember, when the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan, did the exact same thing back in 2018 during a visit to Sydney's Bondi Beach, she was met with a wave of criticism from the media. Headlines such as "Barefoot Meghan Markle" and "Prince Harry break royal protocol on Bondi Beach" filled the tabloids. The reason? It's considered very unroyal to go barefoot, and all royal women in particular are required to wear tights on public occasions. But where was the outrage when Camilla did the same? Where were the tabloid headlines calling out the Camilla for her barefoot escapade? But they instead blame Prince Harry and Meghan for bad reception they received from Australian people. The silence was deafening. It appears that the same rules don't apply to everyone within the royal family. What Duchess Meghan was criticised for, Camilla got away with. And it wasn't just the lack of criticism that stood out. The Queen's barefoot incident didn't even cause a ripple in the media. It was brushed under the rug, so to speak, as if it was a non-event. This is a stark contrast to the media frenzy that followed Meghan's so-called protocol breach. So, what's going on here? Why is there such a difference in the way these two events were handled? It seems that there's a clear case of double standards at play. Duchess Meghan was subjected to intense scrutiny for her every move, while Camilla's similar actions went unnoticed. But unlike Meghan, Camilla was not subjected to any criticism or backlash, which raises the question of double standards. It's clear that the way the royal family and the media treat different members is not equal. This stark contrast in reactions reveals a clear double standard within the royal family and UK media. Let's take a closer look. When the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan, was spotted barefoot on Bondi Beach back in 2018, the media was quick to claim a breach of royal protocol. The headlines were filled with accusations of improper behaviour, and the critics were relentless. The Duchess's choice to go barefoot was painted as a scandalous act, a clear disregard for the traditions and expectations of the royal family. Now, let's fast forward to the recent Australia tour of Charles and Camilla. Camilla decided to ditch her heels and go barefoot. However, the response from the media and the royal family was rather different. There were no accusations of protocol breach, no scandalous headlines, and no relentless critics. Instead, Camilla's choice was seen as a simple act of comfort, a sensible decision given the circumstances. This is just one of many instances where Meghan was unfairly targeted and scrutinised. From her choice of clothing to her parenting style, every move she made was under the microscope. However, when other members of the royal family, like Camilla or Kate, do the same, they are often praised or excused. For instance, Duchess Meghan was heavily criticised for cradling her baby bump too much during her pregnancy. Yet, when Kate did the same, she was praised for her maternal instincts. Duchess Meghan was also criticised for wanting a private birth for her son Archie, but when Kate did the same for her third child, she was applauded for her decision. Let's not forget the infamous incident when Meghan was accused of disrespecting the Queen by crossing her legs at a royal event. Yet, when Kate did the same, it was brushed off as a simple mistake. The list goes on. The double standards are not just limited to the royal family, but extend to the UK media as well. UK tabloids are royal families' proxies. The media's coverage of Duchess Meghan has often been filled with bias and negativity. She has been accused of everything from breaking royal protocol to causing rifts within the family. However, when other members of the royal family do the same, the media often turns a blind eye or even justifies their actions. The double standards are glaringly obvious, and it's high time they were addressed. The royal family and the UK media need to treat everyone equally, regardless of their background or status. After all, they are all humans, with their own unique personalities and styles. In conclusion, the different treatment of Duchess Meghan and Camilla clearly shows a double standard within the royal family and UK media. It's high time this was acknowledged and addressed, and perhaps in doing so, we can pave the way for a more fair and equal representation. And let's not forget the recent protests during Charles and Camilla's Australia tour. They were met with both well-wishers and critics, including Indigenous Senator Lydia Thorpe, who boldly shouted, "You are not our king. You are not our sovereign. You committed genocide against our people." This visit has been described as a farewell tour by the Australian Republic movement, highlighting the growing sentiment to sever ties with the monarchy. Charles and Camilla are facing global criticism, and their current visit to Australia is a prime example. Instead of addressing their own issues, they continue to undermine the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. It's time we call out these double standards and stand strong with Harry and Meghan against the unfair attacks from the media and critics. So, fellow squaddies, it's clear that the royal family and UK media have a different set of rules for Duchess Meghan Markle and other members of the royal family. We've unpacked the incidents where both women, in separate instances, chose to go barefoot in public. Yet, the reactions they elicited were as different as night and day. We, at Royal Telly, believe in fair and equal treatment. Let's continue to call out these double standards and demand for fair treatment for the Duchess of Sussex. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Royal Telly for more insightful discussions. Much love from yours truly, Kenneth.